Azula is one of the main villains in Avatar: The Last Airbender. She's introduced in season 2 of the show and she is exceptionally well written and is honestly one of the best villains in any show. Azula is brilliant and powerful and cunning and strategic, and she is one of the top benders on this show. But she's also afraid, and I feel like this fear is part of what makes her such an epic villain and why she is so successful at what she does. So where does this fear come from? Ozai. Ozai is the most prominent authority figure in Azula's life. Ozai is complicated, so it's not easy to label his personality type, but one of his personality traits is narcissism, and because of this, he likes to see what he feels are his best qualities in his children in order for him to love them. As a child, Zuko didn't really have those qualities, but Azula did, and because of that, Ozai favored her. Azula became his favorite, the one he loved, the one he showed attention to, and because Azula felt like her mother didn't love her and she was already a lot like Ozai, she was more than happy to do what she needed to keep receiving love and attention from her father. But Ozai doesn't actually love his children. He only really loves power. The only reason he shows Azula any affection is because he sees himself in her. She's powerful and talented and loyal to him, and he loves that about her. Now, as I said earlier, Azula is brilliant, and she knows that Ozai doesn't love her like normal dads love their children. She knows that he only cares about her because of what she can do, but Azula doesn't have anybody else. She doesn't like her mom. Their relationship has always been minimal, and later on, Ursa disappears. Her relationship with Zuko is fucking trash, and Iroh doesn't like her. Ozai is all she has, so she spends her childhood trying to make him happy and proud of her. She makes sure that she's the best and she's successful at whatever he needs her to do. As a child, Azula watched Ozai basically reject Zuko and treat him like trash because Zuko didn't meet the standards that Ozai had for him. She watched him burn and banish her brother because he wouldn't fight Ozai after standing up for his people. She knows that even though Ozai favors her, he only loves her because of the talent she has, not because she's his daughter. She's seen firsthand how Ozai can turn on his children if he feels they're worthless to him, and she lives in fear of that. She's afraid of Ozai turning on her because she knows that it doesn't take much for him to do so, especially if he feels that she has become worthless to him. This is why she practices till she's beyond perfect, why she doubts and questions everything. She's making sure there's absolutely no room for failure because failure gives Ozai more than enough reason to turn on her. The last thing I wanted to talk about in regards to Azula is Mai and Ty Lee. We meet them in season 2 as well, and we're immediately shown the dynamic within their friendship. We see how Azula manipulates Mai and Ty Lee through fear, and we're shown how cruel she can be to them. But I feel like even though Azula knows that their loyalties to her is only because they're afraid of her, she did feel like their friendship was genuine in some ways. Maybe it's because they've known each other for so long and Mai and Ty Lee played their parts so well, but I think she really did believe that they thought of her as a friend, which is partly why their betrayal was such a shock to her. But the biggest reason why them betraying her was such a surprise was because she was confident they feared her more than anything and anyone. Azula knew that they knew that if they ever did something like this, she would destroy them. So when Mai betrays her because she loved Zuko more than she fears Azula, and Ty Lee helps Mai, it kind of shatters that confidence. What Azula learns from Ozai is that you can always successfully manipulate friends, family, enemies, and anyone through fear and power. But Mai and Ty Lee show her that fear and power isn't absolute. It isn't enough to keep them loyal to her and scared of her forever. But Azula doesn't know anything else. This is all she has. So if fear and power can't guarantee loyalties and friendship, she really is all alone in this world.